fatal heart impacts, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new silver excuse, I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before I do begin, the two characters that I'm about to start talking about, I forgot their names. So, I have replaced them using a random name generator. Now, with that being said, let's begin. In the last part of this series, we had Izuku Midoriya, who, after beating Endeavor within an inch of his life during the final exams, he sort of, well, lost it. Midoriya left UA while Endeavor was being taken to the infirmary to have Recover Girl take a look at him. Midoriya ignored Fumi's text messages and basically tried to clear his head for a minute. And later that night, he went to go face her. And they did talk. Fumi, she was trying her best. She's, well, not used to this. Midoriya is different from many different people she's ever met before, and have interacted with. Midoriya is a genuinely good guy. Sure, he'll slip up here and then, but it's not his fault. He does that because he cares way too much about other people. And what happened earlier today was just another case of that. Now, Midoriya, after the two spent the night together, he went to go leave, deciding this time to use the door instead of the window. And that was whenever Midoriya, he ran into Fumi's classmates who came to wake her up since she was late. Now, with that out of the way, we do actually have where Midoriya, he's staying there in the doorway frozen. And the two are both just staring at him. As we do have Risako, who does open her mouth. So, you're that guy she's interested in, aren't you? Yeah. This is... Well, I mean, I know how this... As we do have Haruka, who does begin to speak. Wait a minute. Did you just get out of bed? Look at your hair. And your clothes. Wait a minute. Did you two... Hey, okay, let me explain. So, you're the reason she's late. Interesting. Oh, we could tease her so much about this. Listen, we didn't do that, okay? If that's what you're thinking. Yeah, it was a bit tricky. Ooh, now I only need to hear this. No, Jesus, not in the way you're thinking. Listen, I came here last night to apologize. Apologize? Oh yeah, I did see your contact pop up on her phone yesterday. She sounded pretty concerned. Yeah, there's kind of a reason for that. Listen, her dad applied for UA as a teacher, and I had to fight him for my final exam. Oh, you're serious? Yeah. But you don't look too bad other than a few bruises I'm seeing. Yeah, that's kinda because of my quirk. Her dad, though, Well, I'm pretty sure he's eating through a straw right now in a hospital bed. Wait, you're Haruka actually opening her mouth, since her jaw just dropped. That's you're saying you just beat the number two hero? Yeah, in a fight. Mm-hmm. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. Wow, I kind of see why she's interested in you now. Hmm? Yeah, you're pretty strong. Along with that, you're not really a bad-looking guy. You're pretty shy though, aren't you? Well, I'm more or less nervous since you two think me and her did something. Oh. Alright then, well, whatever you're doing, I suggest you might leave. Hmm? Yeah, campus security, if they don't recognize you, they'll ask you for an ID. And, well, your face is pretty recognizable around here, so we know you don't go here. Now, Midoriya, he would just say thanks, as he does go to leave. As soon as he does step outside, the two do watch as he takes flight and goes to leave. Kind of confused. Huh? That's. I thought he lit things on fire. I did too. I didn't know he could fly. Now, with that being said, we do have Midoriya who, after talking with his boss and trying to explain things, yeah, it's not easy. Midoriya, he had to go through a whole complicated scenario where basically his boss calls UA, he finds out what happened through Principal Nezu. Yeah, all this, all that, there's way too much on this kid's plate. In the end, though, Midoriya, he does have just a slight little punishment. He works the night shift for a few days, and then his work hours will be cut. At least a little bit more to allow him some more free time. Now, Midoriya, yeah, he thought that this would suck a lot. Since this basically does mean he goes to UA, he does work after that, and he does then get a few hours of sleep, meaning that he does have a bit more piled up onto his plate. Now, with that being said, we do actually cut to one of Midoriya's weekends, where he's been able to get some proper sleep, and he has also been able to get his hours sorted out with his boss. Now, Midoriya, he's currently working the regular shift, where he's taking a few orders and going through the lunch rush. As he does ask if someone has a large McRonald meal with fries and a drink. Jesus, I hate that. Ugh. Now, with that being said, Midoriya, he's taking a few orders. As he does then ask the person if there's going to be anything else with there, as he does look up and see that the person is staring at somebody with their mouth agape. As Midoriya, he does turn his head to see Endeavor. Hello, Mr. Endeavor, what are you doing here? Young man, I'd like to speak to you. Right now. Uh, I'm kind of at work, sir. Now, Midoriya's manager does hear a few bits of commotion from inside the restaurant, as he would walk out from behind, well, the inner workings of the restaurant, and look to see the number two hero. Him freaking out. As Endeavor, he does look directly at the man and ask him if this boy can go on break early to speak with him. Sorry, but that's kinda not really allowed. I mean, I understand you're a pro hero and all, and you're very busy, but that wasn't a request. I need to speak with him urgently. Right this moment. Sure. Now, the guy does tell Midoriya that He just needs to go now. Sort whatever this is out and just come back. Now, Midoriya and Endeavor, yeah, they do leave. As Midoriya and him do go to a place where they can talk somewhat privately. Now, we do have where Endeavor, he does actually, instead of being a dick, he does something unexpected. That literally catches Midoriya off guard. Endeavor, he does bring up his hands, after the two have been walking silently for a few minutes. Now, Midoriya is kind of confused. Young man, you are worthy. I'm sorry, what? I hate saying this again. You have proven yourself to me. You have defied every expectation I have put forwards of you. Uh, Thank you? Listen, young man. I've been trying to teach those two a lot about being pro-heroes. And well, yeah. They hate me. Mr. Endeavor, listen. I understand that you're trying to do this or whatever, but let's just talk, okay? Hmm? Yeah. You're my girlfriend's dad, so if this is a whole I've gained your approval thing, you're kind of, well, yeah, you suck at talking, okay? Hmm, okay. As long as you're aware. I don't have time. I know, you don't have time for small talk, you have time for hero work. Listen, I'm gonna be straight with you. You're a self centered, narcissistic asshole. Now, Endeavor does look at Midoriya as a vein does begin to form in his head. Endeavor trying to take a breath in before taking a breath out. Continue. Listen, you've put far too much trust in your plan or whatever it is. I know a lot from Todoroki and I know some from Fuyumi. I know bits and pieces of their past. Both of them. I've met your wife, and well, yeah. Granted, you're trying your best to give them a better life and change the world. You're a good hero, but a terrible man. Now, this is gonna be hard for you to hear. But you're not All Might. You're not number one. And you might never be. Now, Endeavor, he does get enraged by that. However, Midoriya just watches Endeavor, he forms a fist before he does try to unclench his hand. Okay. I'm not really too sure where to go with this, Endeavor. But you just need to open up more. Be more lenient with both of them. They're people, not weapons or pawns of yours. Do you understand? Somewhat. I've had difficulties letting go. Uh, you've had difficulties with expressing yourself. You've had difficulties letting them be their own people. I think that one. I noticed. Listen, your daughter doesn't want to become a pro hero. You know that much already, and you let her go with that because her quirk wasn't what you wanted. But as I've heard you talk about it, you still see her as a pawn. Think about what happened to your wife. She had to deal with, God knows what. And she went fucking crazy, right? And hurt Todoroki. Hmm? How do you. I have a fire quirk, remember? Which means I can tell the difference between burns. I've got some on my back from your son, remember? You wished, well, sports festival? Ah, I see. Listen, you're just gonna have to stop. Be a pro and try to reach out nicely to them. Your son, he's using his quirk now, not yours. Teach him a few things. Just, hell, sit down with him for a minute. Talk. I'd say go see your wife, but I don't think that would be a good idea. Now, Midoriya, he does have a heart-to-heart with Endeavor, or whatever Endeavor has under that cold exterior. And he does head back to work. As we do have Endeavor, who he does sit and think for a minute on what Midoriya has explained to him in its entirety. As he does go to pick up the phone out of his pocket and make a phone call. As we do currently have at a nearby, well, a gym. Actually, yeah, let's just say Endeavor's home gym, where Todoroki he's currently working out and doing a deadlift. As his music stops and his phone rings. Him putting down the weight as he does walk over and pick up the phone. Hello? Yes. Shoto? What is it, Dad? Yes. Would you be interested in, well, training with you? I'll pass. No, it's not that. It's lunch. Lunch? That's weird. Aren't you on patrol? I can take a day off. Now, Todoroki is, well, surprised and knocked out of the water. This isn't his father, is it? This can't be the man, right? Uh, sure. I just got done working out anyways. Now, we do actually cut over to Fuyumi, where she and her friends are currently in class, where one of her friends does pass a note to Fuyumi. Her looking over and taking the note before opening up and reading it. As the note does ask how her night was, and talking about how they met that Izuku guy at her dorm. Now, her face turns bright red, as she does look over at them as her friends are both trying to hold in laughs. Now, Fuyumi, she has just crumpled up the paper and put it in her pocket. As her friends, they do somewhat tease her about this throughout the rest of the day. Now, with that being said, we do have after lunch with Todoroki, where he does go to see his mother once again. Now, Todoroki, after sitting down, he does explain to his mother that something strange happened to him today. Really? What was that? Well, it has to do with Dad. Do you really want to hear it? Sure. What did he... It's not bad. Yeah. He invited us, well, invited me out to lunch. We went to a nice place. Well, he didn't know where to go, so we went to a, well, place I like. A soba shop. Really? Yeah. He was pretty interested by it, in fact, actually. He seemed, well, to have a different demeanor about him. I don't know. I think it could be what happened in our finals. Hmm? What happened in. What do you mean? Now, Todoroki, he would explain it. Endeavor, he applied for UA. And he fought Yumi's boyfriend, Midoriya. And Rei, she's kind of surprised by this. However, she does think Endeavor has an alternate mean to this. This guy just beat him in a fight with a fire quirk. And Fuyumi has an ice quirk. It doesn't make sense in her head for 1 second. Trying to think about it. Her asking Todoroki a bunch of things about Izuku Midoriya. To which he would reassure his mother that Endeavor has no plan for these two. It's all natural. In fact, Endeavor disapproved of him, and Midoriya had to prove his worth. This giving Rei a bit of relief, as she does let out a deep breath. Now, Todoroki he actually asks his mother if she would like to go out for a walk and get some fresh air. To which she would just explain she would love to. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed and have an amazing night. I'll catch you guys in the next part.